Yo también trabajo en el campo. Crecí en el fútbol y el fútbol es mi vida y mi pasión. Todo se trata de organización, motivación y estrategia. Estos son los ingredientes para hacerle frente a cualquier reto que se quiera enfrentar, incluyendo la inseguridad alimentaria. Yo sé lo que es no tener comida suficiente y nutritiva. De donde yo vengo, Fuerte Apache, mucha gente enfrenta este desafío. El mundo necesita alimentos, el mundo necesita agricultores. El campo es futuro. Valoro mucho la garra que ustedes ponen para garantizar buenos alimentos a la humanidad. Gracias, Soma, por acompañar a los agricultores del mundo en esta ardua tarea.
Over the past 20 years, the total number of undernourished has fallen by 17%. However, 12% of the world population is still unable to meet their dietary energy requirements. Over 70% of populations that suffer from lack of food security live in rural areas.
Farmers are at the forefront of addressing world food insecurity. In Zambia, thanks to the National Food Security Programs, a reasonable level of food security has been achieved. Programs have involved gradual participation of private sector mix with government support that have offered farmers a ready market and attractive prices. Vulnerable farmers have been granted access to credit to stimulate mechanization to improve productivity. Solutions such as this kind and valuable involvement of all economic actors are great examples.
Family farmers are responsible for producing 80% of the global food in a sustainable way. Therefore, they are an important part of the solution for a world without poverty and hunger, contributing to achieving food security and nutrition, improving livelihoods, managing natural resources, protecting the environment and achieving sustainable development.
90% aller Landwirte auf unserem Planeten Erde sind bäuerliche Familienbetriebe. Sie leben und arbeiten dort. Sie erzeugen hochwertige Nahrungsmittel und nachwachsende Rohstoffe. Die bäuerliche Landwirtschaft ist das Rückgrat und gibt die Ernährungssicherheit generell weltweit und ist der Schlüssel, dass alle Menschen auf unserem Planeten Erde satt werden. Sie hat das Potenzial, alle Menschen auf unserem Planeten Erde zu ernähren, wie auch noch die zusätzlichen wachsenden Bevölkerungsschichten, die wir bis 2050 und darüber hinaus erwarten.
Looking at the planet from space is like browsing an atlas. From this unique observation point, we can admire the beauty of our Earth, but also witness the environmental degradation and the scares caused by humankind.
Rising temperature, more intense storm, drought, floods are all consequent of the impact of the climate change. We have the duty to find proper solution.
From orbit, astronauts see deserts expanding, forests disappearing, and air pollution growing. However, we can't appreciate the concerted, daily work of farmers that are in the first line to preserve our planet for future generations.
climate change is a very big problem. Currently, it's a very big challenge to the smallholder farmers. Farmers rely so much on information from meteorology department. It is very important that farmers get the right information at the right time, when the rain is coming, how long the rain is going to last. Then they will be able to plan properly and to be able to project on their yield at the end of the harvest.
Many of us dreamed of becoming astronauts when we were kids. For me, the dream came true. It took time, effort, and strong will. For preserving our planet, we need the same determination and strength. Thank you, farmers, for preserving our future. And thank you, WFO, for supporting farmers in their fight.
In the United States, farmers are concerned about global value chains, but we don't use that term very much. Instead, farmers talk about concentration in agriculture, and they are concerned about the increased power of buyers, especially when they are buying on an international level. It's very difficult to decide how to deal with this because there are also opportunities for commodity producers as well as concerns about prices. Farmers often turn to the government for assistance, but I believe that the biggest opportunity here is to turn to the consumer. If consumers become concerned about the quality of their food, about food safety, then they will be more likely to respond to the farmers' interests.
All forms of aggregation, like farmers' organizations or cooperatives, may have a key role in supporting farmers in their value chain.
The cooperatives, particularly the strong agricultural cooperatives, bring farmers together, enable them to go for grouped purchase of inputs like fertilizer and seeds from IFCO and CRIFCO and improve their access to the market through cooperatives like NEFED, thus improve their position in the value chain. They contribute in improving their economic position and bettering their life. And it is particularly true for the small and marginal farmers in India who constitute a big percentage of this population, and without cooperative they will be marginalized.
Farmers wish to be part of value chain that respects all roles without prevailing or prevaricating any rings of the chain.
Somos una cadena de valor que vende su producción a una industria que cada vez nos exige más altos estándares de calidad e inocuidad. El equilibrio dentro de la cadena de valor se basa en el concepto ganar-ganar, donde todos los eslabones se benefician atendiendo a la necesidad de los consumidores. Todos los actores económicos debemos trabajar unidos. Los agricultores, como la agroindustria, deben, a través de instituciones fuertes, redoblar esfuerzos para alimentar un mundo que cada vez demanda más alimentos.
Food plays a very important role in our life. We are what we eat. Innovation plays a very important or critical role in bringing food to our table. Innovation has been with us since the birth of the planet. So we have been innovating to introduce new crops, new technologies, new practices, a new way to work together. Innovation will be even more important in the future. Climate is changing, water and land are declining, so we needed to produce more food, and innovation is a must.
My son belongs to the post-no-till generation. He has never seen an unprotected soil with no mulch protection, vulnerable to erosion risk. Innovations such as no-tillage are of utmost importance in ensuring that our most valuable assets and traditions are passed on to future generations.
Farmers are innovators since the very beginning. So we have to include farmers in the future in innovating new technologies, in new ways of working together. so we can feed this world.
Farmers of all of kind, and especially smallholders, need innovation to increase their income and the quality of life of their family.
International agriculture research organizations like CGIAR, like International Food Policy Research Institute, have to listen to farmers, their demand, their need, and to work with them, to learn from them. So through this partnership between farmers, between scientists, between governments, between consumers, I truly believe that we can feed this world. Thank farmers for their great work. I also thank World Farmers Organization by bringing farmers together.
Women, a totally different story. They work, they take care of the family, they love, they learn, they drive. Despite all of this, a proper recognition is still missing.
In developing countries, 43% of agricultural labor force is made up by women, ranging from 20% in Latin America to 50% in Eastern Asia and up to 60% in Sub-Saharan Africa.
A Unicaf Paraná tem como objetivo fortalecer as mulheres na agricultura familiar. Com esse programa de gênero, aumentou muito a autoestima dessas mulheres. Elas hoje se vê pessoas capazes, aptas a gerar renda. Também se sentem capazes de assumir suas cooperativas, se sentem assim perante a sua família muito mais fortes.
If women had the same access to productive resources as men, yields would increase by 20–30%. This could raise total agricultural output in developing countries by 2.54%, reducing the number of hungry people in the world by 12–17%.
The status of the small and marginal farmers, and amongst that women, is that they are not yet recognized as farmers. So our challenge is that why does a woman as a farmer doesn't have recognition, and also why does she remain hungry in spite of immense work participation.
Thank you, WFO, for empowering rural women's role in agriculture.
The youth of today carry the future of coming generations. They're strong, enthusiastic and motivated, and they can count on the experience and wisdom and the support of previous generations. I thank the young farmers for taking up this challenge, performing and seeking success in everything they do. I'd like to thank the WFO for representing young farmers and guiding them through this journey.
Most rural youth do not foresee a prosperous future for themselves in the agricultural sector, mostly because of the lack of profitability of agricultural activities and the lack of infrastructure in rural areas. Young farmers are the farmers of tomorrow. They play an important role in ensuring food security for future generations. However, they need support to build innovative techniques and have an opportunity.
In Europe, only 6% of farmers are under 35. If we want to grant a future to agriculture, in Europe as well around the world, we need to invest in young farmers. There is no future for the 12 million family farms in Europe if young farmers are not given the opportunity to expand what their fathers have built, if they are not granted access to land and credit, if the return on investments are too small to live a decent life.
My mother told me to go to school, to get good grades and have a good job. I told her I was going to farming. She was scared. I am the only one out of her 8 siblings in farming. I knew nothing about agriculture. I studied and have a good job, with which I contribute to the development of the country and
feed the world. I would like to see a world full of young farmers having access to land, access to credit, and have an opportunity to feed their family as they would with any other job. That's the beauty of farming.